Right, there it is. This happens every single week. Hello, everybody, and good morning once again. Let's restart this. Welcome to the Touchdown Talk right here on RadioGardenState.com and, of course, YouTube and Facebook and all the usual places that you could watch the show or listen to it. Definitely recommend listening over on RadioGardenState.com, the Odyssey app, TuneIn app, and welcome everybody who is, of course, watching this on YouTube and Facebook. We are back for week one now action of fantasy football. Yes, there it is. Yeah. I am flanked by my co-host extraordinaire, Mr. Pablo Martinez. How the hell are you, Pablo?
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Josh. And good morning, everybody out there listening. Welcome to Saturday. Welcome to week one. I'm pumped, man. This is it. We're here. Cannot wait for tomorrow for Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've already been blessed with 2 NFL football games. I also want to say hello and a check-in to our resident Washington Commanders fan, Mr. Joshua Parr. What's up?
Good morning, gentlemen. Hello, everybody out there. I think I slept 15 minutes and I'm uncaffeinated, but I'm ready for football. So let's go.
I'm ready. I'm ready for football.
The best way to wake up with football.
Ready to talk football. Let's go. I love it. So, yeah, and for anybody watching and listening, feel free to chat with us. Well, for those of you watching, listening, you can't really chat with us yet. But for those on YouTube and Facebook, feel free to pop your questions in the chat. Of course, we always love to answer any of your fantasy questions as we go along. Start, sit, trades, all of them. Dump them in, and we'll be happy to answer them to the best of our ability, which sometimes is pretty good and sometimes it's not. But, you know, we try to do our best. We do our best here. So, let's jump into it because we got an hour and we got a lot to get to today. So, Pablo, before we dive in, what are some of the do you know some of the news that's going on right now in the NFL? Of course, anybody who's a CMC owner, Christian McCaffrey, everybody who picked him up knows the inevitable things going to happen. And right away, week one, he's landing on the injury report. And I guess Brian Robinson Jr. owners should all be rejoicing right now.
Yeah, for sure. That obviously that's the biggest piece of news this week is without any hesitation, without any time to let us adjust, CMC's already popping on injury reports, not practicing with the team, practicing on the side, and generating huge concern for anyone who drafted him in round 1 or round 2. It makes me think a little bit more about what the intentions were of the 49ers, how much they knew about this beforehand when they went to acquire Brian Robinson. Because maybe this is not such a surprise for them.
Probably not. I mean, why else do you go out and get somebody who can realize? I mean, listen, just CMC's history is the guy can't finish the season and he's constantly injured, you know? Like, so why wouldn't you have capable backups in your running back room ready to go at moment's notice? Because it could happen before the game, it could happen during the game. I mean, that could be said for any running back out there, but CMC seems to be made of glass.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's really tough. But for anyone out there who did draft CMC, if you happen to grab Brian Robinson, good for you. That's the way to go. Get your handcuffs. Excuse me. Handcuffs are extremely important. Sometimes we don't think about that too much in the draft. But look here. Week 1 hasn't even started for the San Francisco 49ers. And that handcuff will be a huge asset for whoever has that.
There you go. Now, we did have 2 games already played. We had Thursday Night Football, NFL kickoff, and we had Friday Night Football on YouTube TV. At this point, I feel like the NFL's hit all the bases because we had Thursday Night Football on Peacock, we had YouTube, and of course we'll be back on Prime and all that. And then now we've got Red Zone happening on ESPN, where they already have promptly ruined it by saying they're going to start playing commercials. But I don't know. Is there a place the NFL hasn't streamed a game yet? Maybe Tubi or something like that, or
waiting for the Radio Garden State contract to come in.
It's in the works. The Radio Garden State contract is in the works, where you'll only be able to exclusively listen to like one game on Radio Garden State, and you can only listen to it. You won't be able to watch it because it's a radio.
That'll be fantastic.
That would be fantastic. But yeah, so I mean, we had 2 games already. What did you think of the 2 games that you saw? We had Thursday night. We had Dallas versus the Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, and then yesterday we had the Chiefs and Chargers. what were your assessments, both of you? I want to hear what your assessments were coming out of both those games, because I don't know who has who. I haven't really checked to see who's got who on whose roster. So, but I'd love to get your hot takes or quick takes on them.
Josh, you want to go first on this?
Yeah, I mean, Thursday night was that game was kind of a disaster. You know, the Eagles are, the defending champs, and they look like, they were just running third stringers all night. And Dallas, was equally terrible as we expected, but the game was pretty boring.
There wasn't a lot of defense in that game. I mean, it was mostly all offense.
Right.
Which was exciting from that standpoint.
Top-rated defense and just Swiss cheese on both sides. It was crazy.
Yeah, definitely a first game, a game one, and the fact that it started too with an injury. Of course, immediately there's a season-ending injury. I believe, I'm not sure if it's season-ending, but injury, and then a fight, a spitting incident, and an ejection. I mean, could you have scripted a better opening to the NFL season than that? I mean, come on.
Oh, and coincidentally enough, the last ejection in a game that happened that quickly, shockingly enough, was an Eagles player in 2005.
And I'm not shocked. That's the problem. There's no shock here.
No
shock here.
Yeah. Kids, excellent. If you were watching Thursday, no spitting, please. Like, that's not what we should do. Just, let's be smart.
Yeah, let's not spit on each other, guys. It's not. It's just it's gross. It's gross.
Especially with the referee 1 foot away from you.
Yeah, very, very odd lack of discipline. I'd be interesting to see what the conversation was like in the locker room between the coach and the player.
Well, I think he's one of the most penalized offensive linemen in the league, so it's not surprising. This is not a first-time offense.
Yeah, but I'm sure you don't want that happening at every game because that's kind of ridiculous. Yeah.
I mean, for us, that'd be great. Yeah, get a check every time. Love it.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to watch last night's game at all?
I watched the first half, which is unfortunate because the second half, from what I saw from the stats, was far, far better. And I was kind of annoyed because Mahomes was terrible in the first half, and I have him in LOEMP. But then he came back and scored 8 points more than his projection. So
yeah.
Way to go, Kermit. Thanks a lot. And he needed the point.
There you go. Pablo, what were your assessments of the first 2 games of the NFL Week 1 season?
So it's good to have football back. I'll start with that. On Thursday night we had some good fantasy production from the guys that we were hoping to see, like, for example, Barkley and also Jalen Hurts. CeeDee Lamb had a definitely serviceable game. Dak Prescott, though, I mean, for anyone, aside from any football takes we might have, for fantasy perspectives, anyone who drafted Dak and was hoping, because he has an elite weapon, that he was going to be a decent quarterback that you could start and trust, you hit the panic button already. He got, I think, 8 points.
Yeah.
That's a terrible week 1 production for a quarterback. So that's the real takeaway there is for me, at least, is to keep an eye on Dak to see what's going on, because if this is what we see more of going forward, it's really hard to trust this guy and to roll him out as your QB.
Yeah.
Even in a super flex league, like, you're going to get hurt with 8 points. You need more than that. So, you're better off starting a wide receiver at that point or a running back. Yeah.
I mean, it's agreed on that. I mean, we were just talking about before we went to air. I mean, listen, it is week 1. So is it, should we all be hitting panic buttons on things like that now? Probably not, but, is it something that's going to continue on? I mean, if you're a CeeDee Lamb owner, seeing drop passes isn't great in big spots, which could be huge fantasy points. But once again, it's week 1. So a little rust. Maybe, we start seeing more. So, I mean, I have George Pickens. I was a little bummed they didn't use him as much, but I think that they'll probably put him more into the mix. I'm hoping they do as a George Pickens owner, because he's a great weapon out there. But I know when you have CeeDee Lamb as your wide receiver 1, you're going to go to him first. But still, if he's going to continue to drop passes or be double teamed like crazy, well, hey, George Pickens was open quite a bit.
I mean,
Javonte Williams had
to
the
be one to
surprising
stand up for a Cowboy.
Yeah.
But I mean, Dak would probably have twice as many points if it wasn't for all those drop passes by CeeDee Lamb. So CeeDee, like I said, I'm not standing up for the guy. He put passes in the right places. CeeDee dropped them, but you make a good point with CeeDee. Get either or his hand. Does he have bricks for hands this season, or is it just a double teaming? Pickens. I think Pickens is going to start getting more targets.
I think you'd be silly to not use him. I mean, you got him on this team, and he's can get open. He's fast, and he plays a physical game. And he definitely gets into the heads of cornerbacks. He's not opposed to stirring up a little trouble and causing some commotion and disruption out there. So he's definitely great to be a Cowboy. That's for sure. But I don't know. As a George Pickens owner, I'd love to see more passes his way for sure. So, Ken Ventry coming in. 1 hour of commercial-free football analysis starts now. Let's get the Octo Box going, brother. The Octo Box. Right. Love it. So, go ahead, Pablo.
No. With regards to yesterday's game, they played in Brazil. That's an interesting twist that they've thrown in.
I got to tell you, the crowd was pretty good. I only got to watch the fourth quarter, but I thought the crowd was really into it.
Yeah, for sure. The city of Sao Paulo, huge city, a great stadium too. And we saw a really good game from Justin Herbert, putting up 300-plus yards.
Look great.
Passing touchdowns, spreading the ball around, getting Keenan Allen back. Quentin Johnston, that's the guy who surprised me. He's a young wide receiver who hasn't really, been living up to expectations because he was, well thought about during the draft when he was a rookie. And now he finally came around. And it makes me wonder if this is going to continue, if he's going to be able to step up. If that's the case, the Los Angeles Chargers are really going to be a team that's going to be difficult to beat. I mean, right now, look at this. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs, 0-1.
Yep. Yeah, and last night, too, just to bring it up, just because everybody was hyped about it. I mean, listen, he's a rookie. But Omarion Hampton, 48 yards, also committed a pretty big mistake that led to a Chiefs field goal, I believe. I think it was he ran out of bounds, 49 seconds left.
Rookie mistakes are going to be there.
He made a rookie mistake, something like that. I missed that part. I just know it went down before halftime, but 49 yards or 48 yards I think he had on the night. I mean, listen, he's a rookie. He's going to learn, but I think that still, if you picked him up, I think you're still going to have a pretty good season with him.
I think so.
10 coming in. Chiefs may be surprised to learn this, but you are, in fact, allowed to hand a ball to a running back. Yeah, that was not a lot of running plays. Mostly just Patrick Mahomes will save the day. I don't know. It was a interesting offensive design last night with the Chiefs.
Hollywood Brown, that's the guy who was surprising.
Oh, Hollywood Brown, yeah. What were you gonna say, Josh? Go ahead. You were gonna chime in.
I got a whole 3.8 points out of Pacheco in one of my other leagues last night. So thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. So, listen, we wanted to run down these few games, go through it. What did you guys think? Let us know in the comments what you thought of the first two games of Week 1. Did you have anybody in your fantasy lineup from both these teams? How do you feel? Are you hitting the panic button on Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Omarion Hampton? Who are you surprised with if you had them on your team? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Now, let's do this as we do here in our seasons of the Touchdown Talk. We are in all of us here, except Josh isn't in the other league, the Dirt League, but Pablo and I are both in 2 fantasy football leagues, League of Extraordinarily Mediocre People, the LOMP League, and the Dirt League. And what we like to do is look at the lineups, the matchups for each week, and kind of pick who we think is going to win and lose, look at some standouts, and of course, answer your questions as we go of any kind of fantasy-related questions when it comes to start, sits, trades, the whole shebang. So let's do this. Since Josh is here, and he's our guest right now, we're going to start with the LOMP League, because that's the league all 3 of us are in together. So looking at this now, and the other thing we started seeing, Pablo, is now Yahoo, and this is something we were doing on our own, but Yahoo is now picking a game of the week. I see in Yahoo Fantasy.
That's right. Yeah, highlighting a matchup of the week every week, which is quite fun to see.
Yes.
In our LOEMP league, the matchup of the week is none other than Grudenface, who we have Josh here with us right now, versus Swift Kick in the Pits, which is your brother Kevin's team.
Yes, absolutely. And everybody's starting here 0.0.0. No wins yet. Obviously, this is week 1. And before we get into it, Pablo, why don't you just remind everybody how this league is set up, just for anybody following along?
All right, fantastic. So the LOAMP league, we have a 12-team full PPR keeper league that is also a super flex. So it gives us a chance to start 2 quarterbacks, which most teams tend to do. So 12-team full PPR, we start 3 wide receivers. That's also the one nice caveat here in a full PPR league. So that's what we got, really. We're looking at 1 flex, a defense, no kickers, no IDPs.
That's right. No kickers. No kickers. It's a no kicker league, which I know most of us all like, but Tina does not like that. Do you guys let us know? Do you guys like a no kicker league? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. All right, so let's get into it, guys. Grudy face. Look at you jumping out on top already with a big 40.52 points versus my brother Swift Kick in the Pits. He's got 18 points. Josh, I'll throw it to you, man. How you feeling?
So far so good. I would just like to point out all the people that busted my balls about taking Jerry Jeudy as my keeper. There he is, projected to get 15.5 points this week, and I drafted him in the 15th round. So
very nice.
I'd say that went pretty well.
If he goes on to have a big season, I'm gonna love this all year long. How you're just gonna rub it in everybody's face
every damn week.
That's right. That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be.
I'm feeling pretty good. The only thing I'm not quite sure is TJ Hawkinson. There's a lot of iffy stuff going on with him this week. So I might swap him for Ertz.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, there's nothing really, on my bench points or, there's nothing close to what I have in starters right now. Right. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, I'll be interested to see what Bo Nix does because they're playing Tennessee.
Yeah, Bo Nix part 2, season 2. Here we go. Is he going to live up to it? Is he going to continue on the streak that he had last year, or is he going to fall flat? This is going to be an interesting. I seem to think he's going to pick right up where he left off, but I think Denver's gotten just stronger.
And if he does, now I'm kind of doubly screwed because Kevin's got Cortland Sutton as well. So
yeah, which is I got to tell you though, looking down both these lineups, man, these are pretty good matchups. Pablo, what are you seeing?
Well, I see
stands out?
Really interesting players. I'm very much looking forward to checking out our rookie star running back this season, Ashton Genty, to see what he can put up in Las Vegas. It's a team that's going to struggle a bit, but he's been an elite college running back. So in the pros, I'm sure they're going to lean on him heavily. They drafted him very, very early. And, right. The rest of these lineups, they're really interesting. I'm excited for JSN this season, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think he's going to do very, very well with the departure of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. They did add Cooper Kupp to the team, but still, I think it's like this is the year where he steps up. So let's see if that happens, actually. But no, these lineups look good. Your bench, Josh, looks pretty great as well. You've got Jaylen Warren, who was named the starting running back in Pittsburgh. You didn't really lean on him because you had better options, but that's a great stash to have on the bench as the season progresses. I'm sure you're going to use him.
Yeah, he was he was a super late round pick. I was shocked that he was still available as an RB1 that late in the draft. So I was happy to grab him.
So in this on the touchdown talk, one of the most fun and entertaining parts of the show that Chris and I enjoy engaging with is to make our picks. And we go through each lineup and we estimate who we believe is going to win each matchup. Today, we're going to include you, Josh, as well.
Yes.
So if you want to kick off our picks for the 2025 season, Josh, who do you think wins this matchup right here?
I'm going to go with myself.
As you
right
should.
now, things are looking good. With CeeDee Lamb not producing as many points as he should have, Mahomes coming in over, and right now my projection is about 15 points higher than Kev. So I think I'm looking good. It's all going to come down, I think, in the end of what Bo Nix and Sutton do. If they light it up, then I'm screwed. If they don't, then I'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I've been sitting here going down this lineup, and there's a lot of good even matchups for the most part. And I think that, if that stream gets going, that connection there between Cortland Sutton and Bo Nix, you could be in some trouble, but we'll see. I mean, it's week 1, right? And we've already kind of seen some some surprising performances already. TJ Hawkinson, you got to get through week 1 here and see how this is going to look. But I got to be honest with you, man. And I got to say, I do like this matchup here between where was it? I just looked at it. The Kenneth Walker and a James Conner. I like that this is very evenly matched up here. I got a feeling James Conner is going to have a pretty good game against New Orleans as well. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be close. The only other piece of concern for me on your lineup, Josh, is Breece Hall. Just because the Jets have made it sound like that they're gonna. It sounds like they're gonna lean heavy on a run game, but they're also doing this running back committee thing. So, how much is Breece Hall going to be involved? How many plays and carries is he going to see? I guess we'll find out. But if you get the Breece Hall, that kind of his rookie season, could be good points for you, and we'll have to see what Ashton Gentney has to bring.
I'm going to be a game time decision on playing, Breece or Jaylen Warren.
So my pick is going to be I'm going to go Gruden face. I think you're going to pull this one out. I think you're going to pull this one out. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to go back and forth though.
All right, very good. On my end, I was torn. I was leaning a little more Grudy, but I think I'm gonna give your brother a thumbs up here at Swift.
All right.
Swift kick. I think Kevin is gonna come out with a win, even though he's the projected underdog right here, right now.
Right.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what JJ McCarthy can do. Let's see if he actually throws it to TJ Hawkinson or maybe not.
Maybe not. I mean, we don't know. It's an unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well,
pick.
Hey, there it is. The picks are in for this, and we spent a little more time on this one because it is our game of the week as designated by Yahoo. But Josh and I both picked his team, McGruden face, and Pablo has gone with Swift kick in the hits. All right. So let's go through it. We'll move through these a little bit quicker. Like I said, we spent some time on it only because our game of the week. But you know what? We'll start from the bottom and work our way up here. We're looking at Tinker Stinkers versus Suck My Dicka. As Gruden himself said, a very, very sick person with that name.
That is a challenging name. Yeah.
Yeah. But right away, you were calling it out before, Pablo. Tinker Stinkers. This is, of course, Kevin Williams' team. Dak Prescott as the starting QB. Not very impressive fantasy numbers. Not what you want to see week 1 from your QB1 here.
No, it's not. It's not as terrible as I thought it was. I mean, I think I was looking at some different league with a different point system where he had scored less than 10. 13 is still a disappointment, but maybe something, you can be optimistic and that he can build upon. But anyway, getting into the lineups, getting into the rest of the matchup here. What players are you most excited to see on this team?
Yeah, I mean, right away, being an Amon-Ra St. Brown owner for 2 years, and I had to give him up. He was my keeper. I had to give him up this year. Then my keeper became Jamar Chase. I see Tina picked him up, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I feel like, Tina, you're going to benefit from the Amon-Ra St. Brown magic that seems to happen. So I am excited to see that go on for sure. We did talk about Omarion Hampton. Not big points, only 48 yards, but I got a feeling I think this is going to be a good pickup for her. as the year goes on. Michael Penix, that's a big one for me. Like, what is going to happen there? Is he going to be a true QB1, or is he going to wind up being like someone that you're just going to kind of maybe play in that flex spot every now and then? That's a big question mark for me right now, because I don't know, right? I mean, that just sticks out for me from that standpoint.
I mean, I don't think he practiced or played all preseason, right? So he's probably got a lot of ring rust to come out week 1.
I mean, playing Tampa too. I mean, Tampa's really bolstered up everything, and their defense has been actually really good. I mean, their offense has been pretty hot now the last couple of years since Baker Mayfield, and they've gotten some weapons and all that. Bucky Irving, who I see on the other side, is there. So I mean, I don't know. There's a few really good standouts here. I mean, what else? What are you guys seeing before we make our picks on this one?
I see on my end, personally, I see a lot of rookies. I see Kevin's got 4 rookies, and we were just talking about how rookies in week 1 sometimes, we already see Hampton on Tina's team didn't really have anything extraordinary to help you win a week. I mean, he did okay, which was maybe enough, but that's risky. And I just want to point that out. A lot of youth, a lot of rookies, a great bet on talent. Don't get me wrong, but for this week and this matchup, I think I might lean a little more towards Ditka's team for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, Ditka's team is looking good. I mean, I do think Kevin's got some good pickups here. I like Malik Neighbors. He's not on the injury report like I think people thought he might be. He is playing. Bucky Irving, I know he had last year. I believe he had Bucky Irving last year, and I like him. So we'll see what he does. I mean, Tina's rolling with Cam Scattaboo. Right now being projected to be very low, but I think that's going to change big time. Even though he's a rookie, he's shown quite a bit. So, but we'll see how that goes against that Washington defense. We did just have a guest pop in very quick, also from the LOMP League, Mr. Kevin Vaglio. How are you? Good morning, my friend.
Can you guys hear me?
We hear you, bud.
We sure can.
Yeah, I'm just on my phone. I don't have a nice setup like you guys.
No, it's okay. We hear you loud and clear. We see you. We hear you. So we're just making our pick for this one. Before I throw it over to you, I'm gonna go. I think looking at it, I'm gonna agree with Pablo in this one. It's hard to assess with the rookies right now, so it's a very big unknown. So I'm gonna also go with Tina's team, Suck My Dicka as well.
Yeah, I'm with
She's
you on
against
that one.
Kevin, right?
What'd you say?
She's against Willie.
Yeah, she's against Willie this week.
Tinker Stinkers.
Tinker Stinkers.
Yeah, I think Kevin's way too strong on receiver to lose this week.
Yeah, because you like the Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors, Matthew Golden stack going there, and
that's really, really strong, especially with all the injuries up in Green Bay. It's Matthew Golden and like Tucker Kraft, and I know she has him too, but she doesn't have him in the lineup. I don't think.
No, I see Tucker Kraft. I see him in.
Oh, she's in?
Got him in. Yeah, she's got him started. Tina rolls with her tight ends.
Yeah, she loves that. She loves that tight end stack. Always has.
Yep. Yeah, it has served her well in the past.
Yeah, a quick pick for me would be Tinker Stinker, though.
All right. Okay. Excellent. Kevin Vaglio weighing in here with Tinker Stinkers as his pick. So 3 of us, Josh, Pablo, and I all go for Suck My Dicka, and Kevin going with Tinker Stinkers. All right, cool. Let's keep it going here. Let's move on to our other lineup here. CD's Nuts. That's Matt Dunn's team versus Keith's cool team. Right now, projection-wise, Keith's cool team is the projected winner. He's already jumped out on the board with 42.97 points versus Dunn's team with 18 points. Guys, what is standing out to you in this lineup right away? Unfortunately, I'll say right away, A.J. Brown. Any A.J. Brown owner has got to be very disappointed right now going into this weekend, having seen him play and only getting 1.8 points, 1 yard, one reception for 8 yards. Is it time to hit the panic button on A.J. Brown?
No. No way. They're a run-heavy team. Last year they ran the ball more than any team ever in the history of the NFL. So that's just, you're going to have weeks that are up and down. That's the only thing.
Right. Yeah, what do you guys think?
I would like to see how many targets he had. off the top of my head, but one reception is rough. I mean, luckily Justin Herbert for Keith came out and almost doubled his points projection, so that covered for what AJ Brown didn't produce.
On the other side,
target.
Devontae Smith only had 3 receptions for 16 yards, 4.60 points. So they're two big receivers not having a good night from a fantasy standpoint.
AJ Brown targeted once.
Yeah,
At least he didn't drop it like CD.
True. The one reception he got, he didn't drop. What else is sticking out to you guys on this matchup here? And before we make our picks,
To me, it's the strong quarterback play on Keith's school team side. We were talking about Justin Herbert earlier, 40-plus points, way exceeding his projection. He's also got Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So in this case, I think for me, it's a pretty easy pick. CD's Nuts has a strong team as well, but
the Spencer Rattler is a concern there in his super flex spot.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That's a rough one. He may want to be looking. They may want to look to do a trade at some point, and bolster that.
Honestly, luckily he didn't do it, but I probably would have thought to put Xavier Worthy there.
Yeah, yeah, he did not. He did not have a good night.
Well, he got hurt first play of the game.
Yep. Yeah, that's unfortunate too because he is a good player.
Yeah, thanks.
He got knocked out by Kelsey.
Yeah. Thanks to
luckily,
Mr. Taylor.
Luckily, Dunn has Tyler Show as his backup quarterback. So if Rattler goes out, that'll happen next week. Heyo.
Heyo. All right. Anything else before we make our picks on this one?
I think this going to be a very lopsided game.
I do too. I mean, my pick is going to be a Kate's cool team. I think it's the right pick. I think it's the one that's going to happen. That's where I'm at. Where are you guys at?
Same.
Yeah, across the board.
Yeah, I think it's kind of overwhelming. Even though Dunn does have a good starting lineup, especially but just not going to translate this week.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think unless he gets a miracle, and Spencer Rattler has the game of his life, I think that this is a foregone conclusion on this one. So across the board, we're all picking Keith's cool team against CD's Nuts. All right, here we go. We have the Martinez Bowl.
What a way to start the year.
Yeah, week 1, the Martinez Bowl. Husband versus wife. Pablo, your team, Bark at the Moon versus Manja Magic. Okay, here we go. And projections, pretty tight. Pretty tight. Even though you're jumping out with a 29.03 points, not too far behind Manja Magic with 18.40. All right, guys. Some thoughts on the lineups here.
What do you guys think? You go first.
Well, who's you?
No. Oh, well, you, since you spoke.
Kevin Vigilio.
Viviana's got a really, really strong team, I think, but already Christian McCaffrey popping up on the injury report with a hamstring. But luckily she has Brian Thomas Jr. So, I mean, that, if she'll have to watch that up to game day. This is a pretty evenly matched game. I think the biggest concern out of both lineups would be Viviana starting Caleb Johnson. I don't know how proven he's going to be, how much work he's actually going to be. They're definitely starting with Tyler Warren. So I think that might be her weakest link in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, going down this really quick, scanning it, I mean, this is really good on both sides. I love Pablo, Chase Brown. I think that was a great pickup. Yeah. For you. I think that was really good. I love, T. Higgins too. I mean, the number 2 target there in Cincy. Devontae Adams now in Los Angeles. I'm sorry, not Vegas.
Yeah. Los Angeles.
I'm sorry, you're right. It's Los Angeles. Yeah. Now in Los Angeles. So that should be interesting to see what he does there. And Trevor Lawrence against Carolina. We'll see what happens there. I mean, Carolina started coming on a little bit near the end of the season. So I mean,
offensively, definitely.
Yeah. But, I mean, so there could be something there that could be interesting. Of course, Saquon on her side, Great pickup by Viv on Saquon. Was that her keeper this year, Saquon, or did she pick
No,
him up?
I had Saquon last year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Saquon,
Yeah.
I think
Nice
dropped
jump.
to round 2, something like that. Or she took Saquon in round 1. I forget
Yeah.
exactly how it
Right.
went.
That was her first. That was her first round, and then McCaffrey was her second round.
That's how it went. Yes.
I'm gonna go with Bark at the Moon as my pick on this one. Not just because Pablo is my co-host, but just because I like where you've jumped out already. Jalen Hurts had a nice game. I'm not quite sure how Kyler Murray's going to do. You know, he is so hit or miss. And week 1, I don't know. I feel like you got slightly stronger matchups here. Although we got to see what happens with CMC, and you know it's good that she's got Brian Robinson Jr. He's still on the bench. He hasn't made that swap yet, but I guess she's gonna wait till game time to
yeah, we won't know till then.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go Bark at the Moon as my pick on this one.
What do you think, Josh?
You know, I'm gonna give. I think it's gonna be really close.
It is gonna be close. I agree.
I'm gonna give the edge to Pablo because I think I'm not quite sure about old Glassjaw McCaffrey there. Even though he says he's good to go, I don't know about that one. I think the big thing for Pablo is gonna be Debo. As you know, as a Commanders fan, it hurts me to say this, but it's going to be a toss-up.
That's a homer comment.
I don't know how many targets he's going to get. I think because when we drafted, McLaurin wasn't signed yet, that Debo is getting a little bit more out of the projections than he would have if McLaurin was live on the roster at that point. And he's not young anymore either. So I think that's going to be a good determining factor. If he gets the targets, then you're going to be good. If he doesn't get the targets, that might be the little straw that broke the camel's back. But the edge goes to Pablo.
All right,
cool.
There you go.
All right, I'll pick the same. I do want to point out on Viviana's team, if it were my team, I would imagine she's probably going to consider when Sunday comes around, looking at Juwan Jennings, who is now cleared off of the injury report.
Oh yeah,
and maybe giving him a start over the rookie running back Caleb Johnson. I mean, just an opinion. I don't know what she's going to do. We'll see. But if that were the case, her projection would increase. Would actually be projected to win by like a small margin. So I will pick my team, but I want to point out this is extremely, extremely close, and we will have a lot of fun on Sunday going back and forth with the smack talking.
Yeah, I think so. I think the chat is going to be very lively. The chat will be lively, and the chat in the house will be very lively.
We'll make sure to do it through the chat too, so you guys can see.
Yeah, we all want to participate in this. So
the chat's been lively, and none of our teams have played yet.
Yeah, I know.
Well, other than Dallas, but they don't count.
Yeah. All right, guys, real quick before we move on, just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor here for Radio Garden State, and of course this show, SavvySeats.com. Get all tickets for all sports games, no matter where you are, over at SavvySeats.com. Jets, Giants, got great tailgate packages there as well, tailgate parties, and also tickets to all your concerts. If you want to go to see Here Now next week in Asbury Park, which is completely sold out, they've got tickets, any Broadway shows, all that. SavvySeats.com is your place, our official ticketing partner here of Radio Garden State and the Touchdown Talk. Head over to SavvySeats.com right now and use code RGS10 for $10 off your order. Support them now, SavvySeats.com. Code RGS10 for $10 off your order. Use the link in the show notes. All right, guys, let's keep it moving along here as we continue with our picks through week 1 of the LOMP League. Our next matchup to look at here is a Marlboro Man versus Super Lamario Brothers. Oh, this is great. I love this. So Marlboro Man is Ken Ventry's team. And then Super Lamario Brothers is Wayne Del Vecchio, who is our champ from last season. His team last year was Obi-Wan Mahomey. That was his team last year when they won the championship. But two longtime friends going head to head with each other right here in this matchup. So we've got two of the hottest quarterbacks in the league facing off against each other. Joe Burrow versus Lamar Jackson. What do you guys think? What are you guys seeing in this lineup? How you feeling? Go.
All right.
Well, I can't believe Ken's not starting Russell Love Muscle.
Ken's not what?
He's not starting Russell Wilson. I can't believe it.
No, Russell Wilson on his bench, starting Bryce Young over Russell Wilson.
That's actually really good to point out. I mean, I'm sure he's keeping Russell Wilson there just to see what happens and how he progresses. But Bryce Young is not really a sure bet to have a great game or a great season anyway. I mean, he's got a lot of great weapons. I know Kevin's fond of T-Mac, and I'm sure week one, that's probably what I'm most excited to see is what that rookie wide receiver can do for Bryce Young. But I don't blame him. I don't blame him for taking a bet on Bryce Young, even though it's a little uncertain there.
Yeah. What else are you seeing? Josh, what are you seeing? Kev, what are you seeing on this matchup here?
Go for it, Josh.
Kamara, as always, I think is a good pick for Wayne. That quarterback situation in New Orleans is not great. So
what, Spencer Rattler isn't the answer?
His name's great, but his arm isn't. I think Alvin's going to get a whole bunch of touches, so his projection might be a little less than I think what he's going to come out with.
I was going to say I do like the Sam Laporta on Wayne's team though, because that's a guy I think I had Sam Laporta. I can't remember if I had Sam Laporta last year. But he's been great for Detroit, and it's just he's another great weapon out there, and he definitely will get those touchdowns when they're down that way. He's a good go-to weapon for them. So the only thing is we were talking about this off air. Now that Green Bay's got Micah Parsons, the Green Bay defense just got a huge upgrade. So are we gonna see some of the usual suspects getting these big scores on Detroit, or is this stuff going to get plugged up now with Green Bay being a little bit more of an upgraded defense?
Green Bay had a good defense, and then this just added to it. I worry about Detroit losing both of the best coordinators in the league. We know that they have the talent, but I don't think they're going to look the same as they did last year, being the number one scoring team in the league. I don't see it. I think we're going to see a big difference in their scheme this year. I like the Bryce Young this week. Actually, that's one of my favorite games to take this week in DFS and betting is Jacksonville versus Carolina, because I think there's going to be zero defense played.
Probably.
And so I mean, I give the nod here to Ken, even though he had a very slow start with Pacheco. That putting up a 4 spot kind of hurts, but I think he can rebound from that.
Yeah. All right, so you're going with Ken on this one. You're picking Marlboro Man. Okay.
Yeah, I think this week I think I'm going to give it to him.
All right, very good. Josh, where were you at this? Where were you landing? You going for Marlboro Man or Super Lamario Brothers?
I think I'm going to have to go with Wayne OTC.
Okay.
I think it's two things that are standing out for me is Laporta, like you brought up before, Green Bay with Micah now. He's going to have to check down a lot because he's going to be running for his life. So I think there's going to be more Laporta action in there. And, Ken's already behind the 8-ball with Pacheco, pretty much putting, terrible stuff in there. So go with Wayne.
Ken Ventry, Marlboro Man manager, weighing in saying, Kevin, you're obviously very intelligent.
Let me tell you this, and this is going back to Pablo and Viviana's matchup. She has the Arizona stackage against New Orleans. New Orleans is a sieve. They are going to get absolutely ran out of the house. Arizona's defense could wind up putting up 25 and make up that difference.
There you go. And so, Pablo, we have yet to have you weigh in on this. Where are you at with this matchup? Marlboro Man versus Super Lamario Brothers. What is your standout? Who do you think is going to win this tilt?
All right. So I think this is super, super close. I really do think that, that they have a lot of great, interesting players. I'm going to side with the champ on this one. I think that his team will probably come out on top, but it'll be a close one. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I am gonna go with Marlboro Man on this one as well. That's gonna be my pick for this one. So we are actually split. I'm going with Marlboro Man, and Pablo and Josh are going with Super Lamero Brothers, and my brother is also going with Ken's team, Marlboro Man. All right.
But one other spot worries me on Ken's team is Calvin Ridley going up against Patrick Surtain, the best corner in the league. That could be a little worrisome, but again, I think he could pull it out.
Well, there you go. Definitely one to watch for that game. All right, here we go. We're moving up, guys. Moving to the last matchup because we did talk about Swift kicking the pits, Grudy McGruden face. That is Yahoo's pick for game of the week. Although my game of the week would have been the Martinez Bowl if I had my own person. That's the real game of the week, but it's okay. We'll go with we did the Yahoo one. So last game to talk about here is my team, Goff My Lawn, and Team Keg, which is the new team here in our league, owned by our good friend Greg Markowitz. So, all right, guys, let's dive into it. Greg's already got some points on me, 12.70 to my 6. So he is the projected winner. As I said before at the top, I had George Pickens, a little bit of a disappointing outing for him. Only 6 points for me, not doing him any favors. Greg had Travis Kelce, who, of course, had a nice touchdown the other night. So what are you guys seeing on here, and who do you feel like is going to win this one?
I see 40 points on Greg's bench. Javonte Williams and Hollywood Brown both putting up 20 plus points each.
Yeah, great. And, I saw that. I saw that as well.
Neither one of them started, and that would have been a hard one to gamble and start them, but that hurts to see that afterwards.
Yeah. It always is the worst when you leave guys on the bench. You're like, oh my god, like like 40, 60 points. It sucks. That's a big burn.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Joe Flacco? Flacco getting started here by our dear host Chris.
Wacko for Flacco.
I think he's good.
Josh, about that. I think that's a great move. Yeah. Cincinnati's defense is and then Stafford going up against the Strouds is I think his projection's a little high. So I like the Flacco move. And everybody knows Flacco magic is, always possible.
Ken Ventry saying no one was starting Javonte.
No, especially Greg not over. He has 3 absolute stud running backs. He's not starting him over any of them.
Ken Olis is coming. Bengals D is trash. Judy will have his one good game this week. Hey, that's fine. We'll both be the benefits of that good game then.
Yeah, Bengals might have the second worst defense in the league next to New Orleans. It's gonna be close. Who's better? Flacco I don't think it's a bad start. Look, him and Njoku will hook up a lot. That's one of his favorite targets. I love Njoku at tight end. So I know none of you guys have him, but Flacco, I think Flacco will come pretty close to his projection. Cincinnati's going to put up, they're going to put up their points, so they're going to have to move the ball. They're not going to be able to sit there and run it.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to throw. So you're right. Judy might have one of his better games this season today, tomorrow.
Might be it.
But honestly, I really like Cedric Tillman a lot too. I have him on a lot. I'm in a lot of leagues. I picked him up in a lot of places I could. I like Tillman. Hopefully, he could show out this year. He shows us a little bit of glimpses and then kind of fades away.
Right.
You and Kevin have the best wide receiver stacks, I think, just about in the league. So that's going to be a gauntlet to go through with you.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to watch. I mean, I definitely know that my running back room isn't the best, and going up against Jamar Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor on his side. But but it's also not bad. So
it's not bad at all. But bench wise, yeah.
Yeah, bench wise ain't great. I may have to be making some trades as the or waiver wire stuff. So we'll see. I feel like it's a little too early to make a trade just yet. Although I did make a trade with you, I think, in the other league.
Yeah, we already have a trade. Yeah, we're definitely going to get to
that. I thought that helped out a little bit.
No, it did. That was actually a good. That was a good. That was good on both sides.
Fantastic.
All right. So, what else are you guys seeing before we move on here?
Um, to me, it looks
Bench
like
points. Bench points.
yeah. Aside from the bench points, to me, it looks like a really solid matchup here. Great players. Um, right now, our host is the underdog,
Yep,
and
I'm the underdog.
in part that's that's a little bit on George Pickens, but it's still early. It's only one guy. Um, I think I'm going to go, even though it's difficult to see, clearly because you're not projected to win here. But I think
Yeah.
your team is stronger, and I think that's going to be my pick for this matchup.
All right. Thank you very much, Pablo. Picking with Goff My Lawn. Where are you guys on this matchup?
It's tough here. I don't. I'm not sold on Cooper Cup in his wide receiver spot. It just he's one always injured, and I don't know his role there yet. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard. I think Gibbs is gonna probably have like 6-7 receptions, honestly, from the running back role. It's a tough matchup, but I might give it to Chris slightly.
All right. I will take it. I will take the good vibes. Josh, where are you at?
Yeah, it's gonna be close for sure, but I'm definitely going with Golf My Lawn.
Oh, wow. Look at this. I love the good vibes here. And of course, I'll be picking myself as well. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, that does it for our picks for the League of Extraordinarily Mediocre People's League, the LOMP League. I'll do a quick recap here of the picks for everybody following along at home.
I didn't pick the Viviana and Pablo game. My pick's Viviana, by the way.
Ah, okay.
All right.
That's right. That's right. I did not have your pick in for that, so thank you for locking in.
Lock that in.
You're locked in. All right. So just to recap here, we'll start from the top. Goff My Lawn versus Team Keg. Across the board, we've all gone with my team, Goff My Lawn, and Swift Kick in the Pits versus Grudy McGrinning Face, Yahoo's Fantasy Game of the Week. Unfortunately, Kevin, you could weigh in on this because I'm sure I know who you're going to pick, but me and Josh both picked Grudy McGrinning Face. Pablo picked Swift Kick in the Pits. Where are you on this, Kevin?
Oh, Pablo's a smart man. He knows what he's talking about here.
So Swift Kick in the Pits it is for you. Marlboro Man versus Super Lamario Brothers. Me and actually, sorry, we've all gone. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
We split.
Yeah,
that one.
It's a split. Yeah. Me and you both picked Marlboro Man, and Josh and Pablo went with Super Lamario Brothers. Bark at the Moon versus Manja Magic. Me, Pablo, and Josh all took Bark at the Moon, and Kevin weighed in and took Manja Magic. In CD's Nuts versus Keith's Cool Team, across the board, we've all picked Keith's Cool Team. And in Tinker Stinkers versus Suck My Dicka, we have all gone, for almost all gone. Chris, Pablo, and Josh all took Suck My Dicka, while Kevin went with Tinker Stinkers.
I'm against the grain, man.
You're against the grain on that one. So those are our picks for League of Extraordinarily Mediocre Peoples, the LOEMP League. I do want to say we are going to be going over. So for all you Radio Garden State listeners, if you want to switch over to YouTube and Facebook to keep watching the feed as we go, we're going to be going through our Dirt League picks because we will be cutting off the audio stream at 11 a.m. So if you're listening, I would recommend you switch over to YouTube and Facebook to watch the show. Of course, you can watch it over on Radio Garden State's Facebook page. Also, the TouchDown Talk has a Facebook page as well. And we have an Instagram account. So, hey, give us a follow over there, over on Facebook and Instagram at the TouchDown Talk. And of course, follow Radio Garden State on anywhere, the internet. Just look up Radio Garden State. You'll see us on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on all the places, the TikTok, all the cool spots. So, all right. Let's move into the Dirt League. Pablo, are you okay with that?
Absolutely. Let's get it started. Our Dirt League going into its 16th season.
Oof.
And
wow.
Here we're talking about a 12-team half PPR Superflex, not a keeper league, that does have kickers and also has
IDP.
Individual defensive players, IDPs.
That's right.
Our match, our Yahoo's choice of matchup of the week happens to be my team Uruguay versus BMF.
Wow. That's an interesting pick. Well, now normally the tradition though we have is the champ picks the game of the week. But did the champ
Yes.
pick a game of the week?
No, I don't think we heard back. We checked in with the champ, and I don't think we heard back. So I
Right.
know last year when this occurred, the touchdown talk was happy to step in and
Right.
assist with the selection. But I don't know if maybe this year we want to defer that responsibility to Yahoo whenever the champ doesn't let us know.
All right. Well, I guess we will do that. So let's start with Yahoo's game of the week pick. Uruguay versus BMF. All right. Looking at this. Here we go. Josh Allen versus JJ McCarthy right away.
Yeah, first round, first pick, 1.1. Went with Josh Allen. Safe. Tried to make sure that I got a player that would not disappoint. Barring injury, I'm very optimistic about Josh Allen this season.
Yeah, definitely throughout the season. He's got a tough week one matchup. I mean, Baltimore's just one of the top three defenses in the league. That's a rough start for both him and Lamar to go prime time against each other.
Yeah, and prime time too, under the lights, national TV, Sunday night football.
I bet they both get it done though. It is tough. I agree with you.
Is it going to be a shootout? I think is just going to be a points bonanza for both quarterbacks. Both.
Yeah, that's
40-point nights.
Yeah, I mean, from both of them, it very well could be. I mean, I feel with Josh Allen, he'll get it done more so with his legs than throwing.
I don't anticipate a slow start here. What do you think, Josh?
One thing that concerns me, and it always does, is having matched team quarterbacks and wide receivers. Because it's kind of either, you're all or nothing. If your quarterback isn't producing well, then obviously your wide receiver isn't producing well. And there's been some chatter. I'm sure everybody saw this week. Justin's good to go, but he's going to be nursing that hammy all season. They're going to have to give him some extra TLC. So that's kind of something to consider as well. But yeah, I try to never match quarterbacks and wide receivers from the same team.
Interesting. Yeah, sometimes there's a little bit of a benefit there because you get double the points for the same touchdown. But I get your point. You don't want to put too many eggs in one basket. I'm excited to see JJ McCarthy this season because we didn't get a chance to do that yet. Last season, he got injured. We never got a chance to see much of anything. So I'm really, really excited to see what he could do for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it definitely would be. I mean, that was their number one pick in that draft. So, and it was a lot of hype back then around him. So it'd be nice to see him in action and see what he can bring, which is, I guess, his official real start to the NFL season, even though he was a rookie last year. I mean, this is kind of still his rookie year in a way because he never really got to play. So it will be interesting to see how he handles himself. I love the little back-to-back here. We were talking about Jackson Smith-Njigba before, and you were pretty high on him, Pablo. You feel like he's gonna have a nice breakout season?
I think so. I that fingers crossed because he's on my team. I hope so.
Right.
But I really do think that the kid is good, and it was hard to really stand out when you had such proven wide receivers like you did in the past. But now, I mean, don't get me wrong, Cooper Kupp is still an excellent player, but he's probably coming in to fulfill a different role, maybe not be that wide receiver one on the team. I think JSN could do that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Sam Darnold plays in Seattle.
Yeah, we'll see with JSN. Look, he's a good talent. Last year, though, he played mainly from the slot, and now being the number one guy, he's going to be on the outside a lot. And so that's different for him, especially from college. He played a lot. He had a lot of slot roles, a lot of slant patterns and things like that. But, if they could get him the ball and if he could break away separation, it's going to have a big season.
Let's hope so. So what do you guys see with the rest of the matchups here? Any player stands out? Is it lopsided? Do you think either of us, are heavily favored in any particular position?
I mean, I'm just interested to see what's going to happen with DK Metcalf in Pittsburgh. that one is I'm looking to see. And I do see you don't have a kicker in your
I
kicker
still
spot.
don't have a kicker. Yeah, I
Still
need
don't
to
have a
fix that.
kicker.
Yeah, I need to
Still
fix
don't have a
that.
kicker.
Yeah.
And I do see you've got Micah Parsons starting,
Yeah,
but he's
I'm gonna
officially
wait till
questionable.
last minute. Yeah, I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
till last minute on that because I know he's new on the team and I
Yeah.
know was injured, but if he plays, I'm gonna start him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm ready to make a pick, but before I make my pick, I want to make sure you guys have all weighed in on what you feel because this is our
Yeah.
game of the week, so we'll spend the most little time on this one.
Look, Gino versus Jordan Love. What a matchup.
Matchup for the ages.
It's still weird to see DK Metcalf in Pittsburgh. But.
I think Jordan Love finishes as a top 6 quarterback this year.
Oh, there it is, guys. You're hearing the touchdown talk prediction right here. Kevin dropping the gauntlet.
Hot take.
He finishes as a top 6 quarterback, especially if he gets all of his receivers back. But I think Green Bay's a good team. It's they're good. You're gonna have 3 teams out of that division in the playoffs. So, it's a tough game to pick for me. It's crazy that Amon-Ra is projected for only 11 points, but I'm going with Pablo.
All right, your official pick is you're going in with
tough.
Uruguay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is a good one, man. This is a good matchup to watch throughout the weekend for sure. But I am also gonna not just because he's my co-host, because I feel like he's got the best chance to win here.
Yeah.
Because I don't. JJ McCarthy's a giant question mark for me. We know what we're gonna get out of Josh Allen, and so I'm gonna go with Uruguay as well.
JJ's a winner, yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. He very well may be. I mean, but we got to see it, and I haven't seen it, so it's hard for me to make an assessment yet.
What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I gotta go with Pablo. There's a lot of solid, proven firepower on that team.
All right.
It's unanimous then. I know I need to fix my kicker, and that IDP is the one spot Micah Parsons I'll be keeping an eye on as well. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the team. Very optimistic about DK Metcalf. I know it's a long shot with Rodgers, but I think Metcalf is absolutely great. So
yeah.
I think he'll find a way to get it done. Great coach.
Yeah.
I think they'll find a way.
Who else has he got to throw to you there? That's
I mean, well, yeah. What other big weapon does he have?
Both their tight ends, maybe. That's about it.
Yeah, maybe that's about it. All right, so let's do this. Let's go. We'll work our way down and work our way. We'll start at the bottom, work our way up on the order here. If you're looking at this. And by the way, if you guys ever want to follow along with our leagues, you can follow them both in Yahoo. They are set to public, so you can always follow along if you're that invested in what we're doing. All right, so let's go with it. We got Sharkbait versus Bodie McBoatface. Right away, Sharkbait jumping out with 50 points, rolling with Justin Herbert as his QB1, getting a nice 31.50 points, and Travis Kelce. So this is why already jumping. Oh, and his IDP too, getting some nice points on the board too. 7.50. Dayan Henley. So, all right, guys. Well, looking down these lineups, got some nice players on both sides of the fence here. Right now, Bodie McBoatface is the projected underdog, with Sharkbait as the projected winner here. But what are the feelings on this matchup? Anybody? Justin Fields versus Bryce Young.
All right. Well, Kyler Murray against New Orleans. He should have easily his best game of the year against them. The team probably lose to Alabama, but they got some good lineups. I mean, so many players in this league. Between IDP and the 2 QB flex, they put together pretty well teams. I like the running back room of Bodie, definitely, with Bijan and Hubbard, and then Brian Thomas Jr. I think it's gonna be a close matchup again, but my nod here, looking at it, is gonna go to Bodie.
Yeah, this is a very interesting matchup. I mean, even though Sharkbait's jumped out with the 50 points, you still go down it and you still see a lot of great you still see a lot of firepower on
Yeah.
Bodie's side, running back room. Also another Jerry Jeudy owner there, which we know Josh is hot on Jerry Jeudy, and Ray. I think we are going to see a good game out of Jerry Jeudy and Joe Flacco. Justin Fields is definitely an interesting one, man, because you see what he is capable of. He is wildly inaccurate a lot of times, but he's got the running game, and that can get you some nice points from a fantasy perspective. So that'll be interesting to see what kind of points he can rack up. I mean, they are playing Pittsburgh this weekend, and that's never an easy game.
Yeah, he needs those legs because he's going to be running for his life out there.
He was on Pittsburgh last year, so you think they know what's going to come. They're going to look for that and force him to try to throw the ball.
Of course, yeah, they'll flush him out, and they know he's also inaccurate too, so he's got to make some of those bad passes.
And looking at Pam's lineup, I'm going to say what she thinks of Justin Fields because she has Garrett Wilson on her bench.
Yeah, well, and especially too, the news has been coming out that they're going to lean very heavy on the running game.
All three back.
And so, yeah, I mean, if they're not going to pass the ball very much and they're going to lean on the run, I would do the same thing too. I mean, that's just the news coming out. Like, it's all anybody's been talking about. It's all that keeps happening is that they're going to lean heavy on the run, And so, yeah, what do you need Garrett Wilson for out there? Like,
that's tough because Garrett Wilson is such a dynamic player. He's definitely in your top 15 receivers in the league, if not top 10.
Right.
So that's a tough sit.
Yeah, from a fantasy perspective, though, if they're not going to throw the ball to him, then he's not scoring points for you. I mean, what's the point?
You guys see what Justin Fields is going to bring to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So, all right, what is real quick before we make our picks on this? Any other thoughts, and then we'll make our picks. Cedric Tillman also on the bench too, by the way.
I think the champ putting up 50 points on the board already says something important, and I think that's going to be my pick. I think Pam has a really solid team, really solid, but I think that Sharkbait is got great players. I think Justin Fields will have a good game against Pittsburgh at home, and I think Sharkbait will be the winner.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Sharkbait on this one too. Not just because he was the champ last year, but I do like what I'm seeing a little bit more on his side of things. So, yeah, I think I got to side with Sharkbait on this one. Although, I got to tell you, man, last year was the year that, like, every time we would pick Bodie to not win, Pam would destroy every team. Like, it was always sneaky, destroying everybody, like, always. And so, and finished the season, like, what? Like, only 2 losses on the whole season. Didn't win the championship, but, like, ruled. This was almost in first place almost the entire season, which was crazy. But yeah, always coming up from behind a lot of times with the wins. So, but I am going to go with Sharkbait on this one, but we'll see if this season proves to be as fruitful as it was last year, with at least regular season dominance there.
All right. I got to go with Sharkbait as well. I think if Justin Herbert had it lit it up, it would be a much tougher decision, but that's 15 extra points.
I'll tell you this. I think Kyler Murray
have to overcome is
right.
I think Kyler Murray could equal out Justin easily against New Orleans, so that's why I side in with Bodie.
Yeah.
All right.
No, listen, it's not a bad take, and I guess we'll see what happens. So, all right, our picks are officially in for this one. All right, guys, moving right along here. We've got a few more picks to get through today. Ginger Ninja versus Show Me Your TDs. Now, Ginger Ninja has had, on the history of things, Pablo, Ginger Ninja did not have an awesome start to last season, but really came on strong near the end.
That's right. And
had a great second half of the season.
In this matchup, she's going against the 2-time third trophy holder.
Yeah,
Show Me Your Touchdowns, Mr. Chris. He retained his title last season and proudly displays it. Next to another championship trophy, he actually did win as the winner of a league. But in this case, in the Dirt League, he is the current holder of that award, and I'm sure he's looking to pass it along this year. Got off to a great start there with Jalen Hurts, but also started Xavier Worthy, who was a huge disappointment for him.
Yes. And I just want to welcome to the Touchdown Talk stage another member of the LOMP League, Marlboro Man manager himself and owner, Mr. Ken Ventry.
By God.
What's going on there, bud?
I think
we can't hear
you're
you.
on mute.
You're on mute. We don't hear you.
You got nothing for us, Ken.
Yeah, you may have to switch your headphones to be your speaker. I think that's what's going on.
Come on, you have to pick the proper microphone, you idiot.
All right, well, let's keep going while Ken figures it out. Yeah.
All right. So what we've where are we on this? So yeah, the 0 spot there, that's rough, but George Pickens only putting up 4.5, kind of almost equals that out a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep, we got you, bud, loud and clear.
Technology.
Yeah. Technology. There you go. Yeah, George Pickens, man. Once again, I'm a George Pickens owner. It was a little disappointing to have him with such a slow start, but I got a feeling they're going to start putting him in the mix more and more.
Yeah. I mean, after that rain delay, the ball wasn't moved really at all. That game came to a halt.
Yeah, that was crazy. What a wild game. And then there's a delay, an ejection, a whole thing going on.
Yeah, what a way to start the season.
Yeah, really crazy. What else are you seeing here in this lineup? I mean, obviously, if we're looking at quarterback, we got Jaden Daniels versus Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts already out with some nice points for a week 1, 23.50 points. Jaden Daniels going up against the New York Football Giants defense.
Very, very new and improved defense.
I want to. That's so perfect. I definitely want to ask the panel here. I want to get everybody's thoughts. What does Jaden Daniels do tomorrow? How many points does he put up? What do you guys think he'll be able to accomplish against the New York Giants defense?
Jump on in.
It depends on if the Giants pass rush is as advertised. If they can get to Jaden Daniels, they can get him to get out of his comfort zone and scramble around. I mean, that's where he really excels too. So, can they get to him quick enough? Can the secondary hold up? They got new additions. They got Paulson Adebo at cornerback. They got Javon Holland at safety. On paper, this is an upgraded D, but is it going to translate into sacks or pressures? And I've seen Abdul Carter all through the preseason. Dude is an absolute monster. So that could be the game changer that frees up Ryan Burns to get sacks, could free up even Kayvon Thibodeau's,
100%.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. I think if the pass rush is what it is, he'll have a tough day, but he's he was super impressive last year, and the Giants are really going to need to bring their A game as far as defense goes, and I'm not sure what we're going to get. I'm hoping we're going to get this new and improved defense that's been being talked about. We saw bits and pieces of it in preseason, but much different than regular season play, and so it's going to be interesting. Listen, Jaden Daniels is a good quarterback. He's good. So I think he's going to give the Giants a hard time. I just want to see the Giants actually just bring it and do what's been advertised, and not make it an easy game for him.
I have concerns.
As the resident Commanders fan on this stream,
yes.
But no, it's good. I
don't have concerns about Jaden himself. I have concerns that Scary Terry, wasn't in camp, didn't play preseason, so he's going to have ring rust, so I'm concerned about that. And then obviously, like we talked about before, Debo is old. He's still good, but, he's not the Debo of 10 years ago. So I'm not worried about Jaden so much. It's just, how the wide receiver core is going to be feeling. So I think his projection is probably pretty good for what they gave it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I do think he'll come through. I know in our LOEMP league, I'm banking on a couple of Washington Commander players, but they're playing at home. My take is I do think Jaden Daniels will be able to have a good fantasy game, and although the Giants defense is definitely going to be improved, maybe week one is going to be a tough one for them. So in that sense, I think everybody's thoughts here are spot on. Though an improved Giants defense is going to give Jaden Daniels a lot of difficult scenarios that he's going to have to find ways to resolve. But in the end, I think he's a very, very talented quarterback, so he'll find a way to get it done.
Go ahead, Pablo.
Looking through the rest of the lineup, what else do you guys see that pops out that you want to highlight?
I mean, we talked about a few of these players already. I am interested in seeing running backs. We see here Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Indianapolis. The Colts look like they're going to be. It's going to be interesting. How much are they going to lean on the run and not put the game in Daniel Jones's hands? But I'm going to be very, because it's he could. I mean, he's playing Miami, and he could have a lot of points there if they really go heavy on the run game.
Yeah, well, they've got Richardson under center, so I would hand that ball to Jonathan Taylor every damn snap.
I mean, you're probably going to see he's going to have a lot of carries. I mean, I just don't know how much they're going to trust Daniel Jones to go to the air. He's still Daniel Jones at the end of the day. I mean, they'll probably he'll run out, and maybe if he can get his legs going again. But
there'll be a lot of check downs.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's going to be.
But that's what Daniel Jones. Don't forget, if you put him in a good scenario where he can just check the ball down and use his legs and make quick short passes where he only has to make a quick decision, then that's great. But the moment you put him into a situation where he has to go to his second read, it's total disaster.
Yeah, I mean, we saw 5 seasons of that. Yeah, crazy. Anything else that jumps out before we make our picks on this one, guys? And move on. We'll move along.
Oh, that's. Bo Nix, of course. I think the better dual quarterback over here is definitely in my mind to Ginger Ninja.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Pickens definitely hurt a little bit, but the 0 canceled that out. I feel like over there. So, my running back room nod's gonna go over to Ginger Ninja as well.
Yeah, I'm liking that too. I like this pick. I'm going to also go with you on that one. I'm going to go with Ginger Ninja.
Yeah.
What do you guys, anybody else want to weigh in on a pick for this one?
Yeah, I'll stick with the Ninja. That's a good
all right.
Team.
Ninja. Pablo, how about you, my friend?
Same for me. Poor Chris here left a ton of points on the bench again, like we saw in a previous matchup. And starting that 0, it's obviously bad luck. It's not his fault, but that's an indicator that I think the Ninja takes this one.
Yeah, you got to go with that. I mean, leaving, Javonte. Once again, Ken, you called it before. Who the hell started Javonte Williams?
No one. No one. I do like Baker Mayfield though. The combination there.
Yeah, I had Baker for 2 seasons, and he was great for me.
Baker
man, put up a lot of points.
I drafted Ikbuka in pretty much every league that I'm in. So I think the passing game of Tampa, don't sleep on that. So that could put up a bunch of points, but at the end of the day, I mean, you get 0 out of your wide receiver, it's gonna be hard to win.
Yeah. It doesn't put you in a great spot. All right, cool. So across the board, we're all picking Ginger Ninja in that matchup. All right, here we go. Manja versus Primo Dolas Marador.
El Grande Americano.
El Grande Americano, yeah. So nice matchup here, although right now, both teams with points on the board, 26.50 to 37. And Prima, the projected winner, with 157 over the projection of 124. So some quarterback play already. Unfortunately for Manja, we talked about this now a bunch, but her QB was Dak Prescott. 8 points out of your QB1 going into week 1. We said this is not a great way to start versus 26 points on the other side. Prima starting Patty Mahomes. with 26 points, 258 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. So right away, what are you guys seeing in this lineup here?
I assume Pablo didn't point out to BB how terrible Dak did, right?
I think she just knows on her own.
This was where I saw that Dak had just 8 points, and that's terrible. It hurts so bad. That with the unfortunate combination of getting Devonta Smith to only put up 2.5 points, that really sets you back. Even before Sunday, like before football really starts to roll out, you're already trying to crawl out of a hole. So it's a really hard one here for Manja, in my opinion. Prima de los Matador came out to a super strong start, and I don't want to rush too quickly through this, but I think it's an easy pick for me on selecting Prima de los Matador.
Yeah, I mean, I got to agree with that too. I mean, I really want to say, hey, Manja could come back, but this is, I mean, and she's got some good players here. It's just underperformances really have put her in a bit of a hole here, and I'm not psyched on Caleb Williams versus CJ Stroud superflex spots here. I don't think that's going to do her many favors. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think CJ Stroud's going to definitely overwhelm on that side from a superflex spot. I don't think she's going to be able to make up the points there.
I mean, her kicker. I mean, the kicker put up 11. That scored her starting quarterback and receiver.
Yeah, Harrison Buck.
He outscored. Yeah, exactly. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's not great.
That quick field goal before the half was crazy.
Yeah, that was great.
Believe they made that.
I think she gains a few points here. Marvin Harrison should have a pretty good game. T. Higgins will do well, but I don't think she's gonna make up enough to cover that hole.
I mean, the Green Bay defense is where I unfortunately Jamar Gibbs going against that Green Bay defense. I don't think he's gonna get the big points that you might see out of a Jamar Gibbs normally. I think it's going to be a little stifling for him on points. So, I mean, fortunately, but we were saying, like, the other side we see Breece Hall. So we're running this Jets running back committee, which will see who gets more volume. But I don't know. I'm pretty much in alignment on this. I think we all are with Prima taking the win on this one.
Yeah. Sorry, Viv.
I want to point out one thing though. Prima de los Matador, whether he did this on purpose or not, has the cheat code for IDP leagues for the 2025 season. He's starting Travis Hunter in an IDP spot. This is a guy who's labeled as a cornerback and a wide receiver on Yahoo formats. Mm-hmm. So he's able to start a wide receiver that's going to play like a wide receiver for most games in a defensive spot.
Which I meant to bring this up before the season started. Other leagues that we did this, we nixed that where you could only have him either as the corner or a receiver.
Wait, so I don't understand. So in an IDP, with Travis Hunter, his wide receiver stats count in that slot? Like if he catches passes?
Scroll down to the.
Wow.
Is it on the screen already? Oh, it was on the screen already. It was on the screen.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Look at Travis Hunter. He's labeled as a WR and a CB.
Yep. Yeah, he's
eligible for both spots on the Yahoo platform.
Right, but if you play,
he shouldn't be getting his receiver touchdown in his D spot though.
The guy, on Yahoo's platform, if your defensive player gets a touchdown, if they roll him out on an offensive play as a wide receiver and he catches a passing touchdown, it counts, even though he's a defense player.
Wow.
So
that's kind
same
of
thing as a wide receiver, getting points for tackles. If that's what ends up happening after a turnover, they get the points.
Do you know what his primary usage is even going to be? Like, where's it going to be?
It's wide receiver. He's the wide receiver too.
Yeah.
So there you go.
He's listed as a third string corner at best.
I don't like that.
Yeah, agreed.
I would like to know what Rosalia thinks about it.
That's some Taysom Hill type stuff there.
That is some
Exactly.
Taysom Hill type stuff.
Exactly the same. Yes.
Yep.
So that's a huge cheat code. I mean, it's not against the rules. It's within the platform rules, but
It
a
is.
huge boost for his team.
I forgot about this and meant to bring it up before the season started because you could set it where he isn't getting his offensive points in the defensive spot.
All right. Okay, well, here we go, guys. We're all in alignment here with Prima. Let's keep moving on. All right, we're getting near the end here. Moose Knuckles versus a swift kick of love, which is John versus Kev. Kevin rolling with Joe Burrow. John rolling with Lamar Jackson. AJ Brown putting up half a point, not doing him any favors. Right now, Kevin is the projected winner by a slim margin, 145 to 143. We got Lamar, AJ, Terry, Jacoby Myers, McMillan, Chase Brown. He's got CMC rolling. Game time decision there.
And you've got an empty defensive spot.
Yeah, I honestly might even keep it empty. I don't know if I want to drop anybody on my bench.
Bucky Irving's going to tear up that Atlanta defense.
Yeah, I like how you have Jacoby Myers in there. This is your team on the left, right, Kev?
No, Kevin's on the right. Kevin's on the right.
I do like how Moose Knuckles has Jacoby Myers in that slot instead of Calvin Ridley, because as much as I love Calvin Ridley, if he's got a huge year, this is probably not the week to go with Ridley.
Going up against Sertan, tough.
And Myers just got a boost because Amari Cooper retired, and so he could be getting a ton of targets. So that's probably a good play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. He came back and then just retired without playing a game.
Right.
So what do we think of the matchup? Kevin's team, yeah?
Good grief.
Oh, we can.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like on both sides. I mean, obviously, the Christian McCaffrey on Moose Knuckles' side should be a big concern. I'm trying to see. He's got James Conner. Let me see who's on his bench. Tyrone Tracy is his only other. Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know. I mean, Tyrone Tracy was great last year for the Giants, and he is the number one, right, Ken? He's the number one running back right now.
He's on the depth chart as number one.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the Giants are going to be super annoying and give him 2 carries. Then
Yeah.
carries, Singletary a few carries. It's going to be like that.
I mean, it has James Cook too, so I mean, you could always swap out Christian, put James Cook in there, and then you could put one of his other guys in his flex spot or run. So I mean, he's got some options here. He's not dead in the water at all. But I don't know. I'm liking.
I thought you were doing something.
I think Joe Burrow's gonna have a good game against Cleveland. I think he's gonna fire it up because last year all he did was just score. I mean, since he didn't win a lot of games, but man, did he put up a ton of points. Joe Burrow as a QB fantasy points wise. So I feel like the same thing's going to happen here. I think Lamar is going to struggle against Buffalo a bit. I think Joe Burrow is going to have a better game. So I'm going to go with Swift Kick of Love on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking Kevin as well because, like you just said, Joe Burrow is going to destroy Cleveland. That defense is trash.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to stop the connection there, and he's got too many weapons. Although they could still lose the game because they would score 1 billion points and still find a way to lose. But from a fantasy perspective, they'll put up big points. Where are you guys at, Pablo, Ken?
Ken, go ahead.
Say again.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah.
I definitely think Kevin's team has the edge here, just a little bit. I have the same matchup in our League of Extraordinarily Mediocre People league against Wayne, Lamar against Joe Burrow. The only thing is Lamar runs, and that's where you get the edge. Is Joe Burrow doesn't really take off with his legs too much, so
yeah,
you get that boost. But Kevin has Ted McMillan. He's got Chase Brown. He's got Bucky Irving. I just think there's too much upside on this team for him to lose.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen, I definitely like Njoku this week against
Njoku.
Cincinnati with Flacco. He's definitely, I think he's going to hit projection. That's just my opinion. Drake May has a lot of upside, a huge arm. He's a little bit mobile. He's not going to he'll put up kind of like Danny Dime type running numbers, but
Yeah,
a better thrower.
We didn't really talk much about Drake May today, but yeah, he's definitely been, especially when you listen to a lot of the other fantasy shows, like everybody's been hot on Drake May. And I think based on what we saw last year out of him, there's definitely a lot to be excited about, especially from a fantasy perspective. And he's going, playing the Raiders. Yeah, I mean,
I even have a book on my bench right now. At the moment, I have DeAndre Swift starting over him, but that might be a game time decision.
Yeah.
Don't forget that big red Q next to CMC's name.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, there is that. And Pablo, which way are you going with this one?
I'm picking a Swift kick of love. Yeah, I think the upside is huge, and Moose Knuckles already has a bad start with AJ Brown, plus the questionable McCaffrey, who personally I think it's highly likely that we don't see a full game of McCaffrey. So if that happens to Moose Knuckles, I think that definitely tilts it even more in Kevin's favor. So that's my pick.
All right. Do I drop someone on my bench to pick up a D player? I don't know if I want to.
It's tough. I mean, in this league, we don't really have a rule that says you have to have a full starting lineup. It is encouraged, obviously, but
of course,
I guess if that's a risk somebody wants to take, they can take it.
I think if anything, I would pick up another linebacker, throw him in there, because the D line spot I don't feel gives you too much. I mean, 4 points that washes out with his 0.5 AJ Brown.
You could always wait until that Monday night game and see if you have to make a desperate move or not.
Right. Make it
exactly
game time decision.
I don't know if I could drop a player if he's played away to pick someone up.
You can. In this league, you can.
Okay. Well, then there you go. I'll wait.
Wait it out. All right, here we go. This is our last matchup of today that we're going to be talking about, which is my team, the Killer Beers, versus Tina's team, the Sicilians. And right now, Tina's got a nice jump out on this week with 38.50 points, me to 5 points. Although I am the projected winner right now of 143.92 to her 123.94.
Chris,
let's look at this.
Chris, let me correct you. She does not have a nice jump on you.
Well, you know what I mean. If we're just going on,
you got it. She did not
get. She played a lot of players for that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, she's CeeDee
Lamb.
Absolutely
annihilate her. I can already tell.
Omarion Hampton, Isaiah Pacheco. It's not. She did not get good points there in some of those spots. I am rolling with Jared Goff, Jamar Chase. By the way, I do want to say this, Pablo. I can't, and Kev. I can't believe I drafted number 4 in this of my 4th, and Jamar Chase was sitting there at 4. I was absolutely shocked that Jamar Chase was still there at 4.
This league, everybody goes QB early all the time. Every year.
Do that, and I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not following the train. I'm not taking the bait.
If Chase was there, I probably would have done the same thing.
So he was there, and I'm like, I'm at 4. I'm taking Chase, the best player on the board at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost took him 101, but I went with a different guy. So yeah, good for you for taking what you get. I mean, if they fall to you, you got to take it. That's it.
Yeah. So anyway, what are you guys' thoughts? I mean, Tina's had some guys go out already, and it's not, didn't look very good.
I definitely thought the Omarion Hampton last night with the Chargers, they came out throwing, and they kept throwing all game. They did not run the ball like they normally do, which is normally a ton. So that was a little bit of a surprise in my eyes.
48 rushing yards, 2 receptions.
Which I mean, not terrible, but it's not the way you want to start.
Yeah, I wonder if whoever brought up that ridiculous blockbuster trade last week ended up picking Omarion in that trade because they're going to be bummed if they did.
That's
it was
right.
Like 6 people. It was nuts, but
yeah, that was the one question we had on that big trade, and Omarion Hampton was part of that. But I mean, listen, it's game 1. He's a rookie. Like, let's see. I mean, it's so hard to tell off of these first games, like where some of these rookies are going to be for the season. It's like it just takes a little bit, and maybe the way they called up, they're playing the Chiefs. I don't know. They went heavy on,
Be down
you know,
5 man.
yeah, they went heavy on passing, much like the Chiefs did. And the Chiefs completely forgot about a run game, as Ken brought up before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, five carries for Pacheco for 25 yards. That's 5 yards a carry. They just gave up on it. Mahomes had more carries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you're not wrong.
he had some nice rush yards, Mahomes, and he had that nice rushing TD.
Tina's coming in. My mantra this year: no risk, no reward. Good luck, Chris. That's what Tina's coming in. Love you, Tina. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? I mean, let's go with our picks.
Cool. I mean, I think Chris by a landslide, unfortunately, in this one for Tina.
Yeah, I think I'll go the same way.
Yeah, Tina, and listen, anything can happen, as we know, as we've watched year after year, but I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm going to take a nice week 1 win here in the Dirt League. So, but good luck to you anyway, Tina.
Again, Chris, going through a gauntlet of receivers here. You're stacked up there.
I was surprised.
Kenneth Walker is going to should have a huge season, and you're very smart in backing him up. You normally should not have Kenneth Walker without having Charbonnet. Unfortunately, in the other league, Ken sharked him from me.
He did. I saw that.
Sorry, but I had to pay you back. You sharked like 6 players from me.
Touche.
Yeah, this was an interesting draft for me, by the way. There was a lot of players available that fell to me where I thought for sure they'd be gone, and I couldn't believe there were a bunch of these players still on the board when I was picking. Because I actually didn't even go on auto draft, I think, till like maybe 10 or 11, because I was actually I was doing a live stream at the same time we were drafting, so I was doing a live stream while also trying to draft, and I didn't want to go entirely auto pick, so I was
Talented.
I was really multitasking while I was on a live stream and doing a draft at the same time. So
I'll tell you this, Chris. I think these are 2 of the best drafts you've had since playing.
yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good about it. But hey, you know what? Listen, we've seen a lot of wacky things happen, and a lot of things can change. It doesn't. You always feel good until something happens. So, all right. Well, hey, let me recap really quick our picks for this league, and then we'll wrap it up for today. Our game of the week, starting there with Uruguay versus BMF. We have all gone across the board with Uruguay in that one. In our game featuring our champion, Sharkbait versus Bodie McBoatface, me, Pablo, and Josh have gone with Sharkbait. Kevin went with Bodie McBoatface. Ken, you didn't get a chance to pick on that one. I don't know if you saw the lineup, but if you want to make a pick, go right ahead.
I don't even know the teams. Who cares?
All right, I'll forget it. Okay, moving on. In Ginger Ninja versus Show Me Your TDs, we all of us went across the board with Ginger Ninja on that one. In Manja versus Prima de los Matador, we've all gone with Prima on that one. Moose Knuckles versus Swift Kick of Love, all went for Swift Kick of Love. So a lot of clean sweeps. And then last one here, Killer Beers versus the Sicilians. We've all gone with my team, the Killer Beers.
The Italia Bowl.
That's it. So, listen, guys, thank you for hanging out. I know we went way over, but this was week 1, and we really wanted to kind of go through it with these teams. We appreciate everybody who's been hanging on today, watching the live stream here over on Radio Garden State. We're there from 10 to 11, and then we've been here on Facebook and YouTube doing the video feed as well. All right, guys, last thoughts here on week 1, and any other advice that you can give to people out there watching this. I throw it out to the peanut gallery.
Can't wait for tomorrow. Sunday, 1:00 will be the highlight of the weekend for sure.
Football's back, baby.
If you want to win, listen to my start sits.
Yeah, where are you posting your start sits? Just out of today, or are you posting them somewhere?
I should start doing it.
Should.
On another note, too, I do have a whole breakdown of our draft in the LOEMP that I do want to record and post.
Well, let's go.
For sure,
let's do
man.
it.
For sure, yeah.
I spent a lot of time. It's like a 4-page breakdown.
Well,
absolutely.
Let's record that.
We have a space there on our TouchDown Talk social media that we can throw it on as well.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We can post that right on our Facebook page at TouchDown Talk. Also, you can follow us at TouchDown Talk NJ on Instagram. All right, guys. Any other last words here?
Yeah, I just want to say don't nobody overreact to week one. That's
For real.
Good
mantra.
advice.
Wacky stuff happens week one. Teams are still a little rusty. Game plans are weird. Just it's all going to be.
100%.
Let's not
Yeah.
drop Dak yet.
My rule of thumb was always the first 4 weeks of the regular season are like the starters preseason.
Yeah.
Week 5 is when you really start to see these teams.
Yeah. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. Like, I mean, it's people hit panic buttons very fast. I hear it. I see it online. I see in the chats in Yahoo Fantasy when you go into individual players, like, drop this guy, he's a bum, all this stuff. And I'm like, guys, it's week 1. Like, this is like what you just said. It's essentially preseason for starters. It's really hard to like freak out and start thinking about like dumping guys or benching them or that's not to be said. And the one thing Pablo and I always talk about is trades. Like, it's okay to start thinking about trades because, you do start to see holes and maybe you've got someone on your bench who is of value to someone else and you could fill in some much needed spots, especially if like, hey, you're a CMC owner and you don't have the handcuffs there. Well, you may want to be looking to bolster that running back room.
You got to find them. Running backs go down constantly.
Yeah. So, I mean, look at that. Obviously check waiver wires too. Don't sleep on that stuff, but think about, doesn't mean you have to be making trades every week because I also can't stand the people who overtrade. So don't overtrade, but don't be afraid of making a trade. It's good for both sides.
Make a trade that makes sense to help your roster, even if it's a bench player.
Right. Any final words there, Pablo, from you, my friend?
No, I'm good. Good luck to everybody out there. Week 1 is here. We're super excited, and may the best fantasy football teams win.
All right, there you go, everybody. Hey, thank you again all so much for hanging out with us today. Thanks for watching the Touchdown Talk. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell so you get notified when we go live. Hit that like button. Share this with any fantasy football sports friend, anybody you think would like this. Make sure you follow Radio Garden State over on RadioGardenState.com and anywhere on social media. And, of course, follow the Touchdown Talk on Facebook and Instagram. Let's go, Giants. Commanders are going down.
Yeah.
Enjoy football. Week 1, baby. Let's go.
Go
All right,
Giants.
we'll see you guys next week on another episode of Touchdown Talk. Have a great weekend, everybody. Cheers.
See it.